Welcome everybody to the Capricious Amerasian. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. If you like what you see or you think I'm funny, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and you can go to the push notifications, and every time I put out a new video, you'll see it pop up and you can watch to see what I'm covering that week. But today, one of the things that I was going to talk about was during the time we were in quarantine and shut down last year, when we weren't working and we were at home, most of us were perusing the internet because we're watching the news and we're watching all this doom and gloom. And I got sucked into a lot of shopping like a lot of people do. I wasn't working, making any money, but I was sure spending it. I think that was a way of making me feel better about myself. But I'm a dental hygienist. I've been doing that over a couple decades now. I'm a hairdresser. I've been doing hair over 30 years, and I had too much time on my hands last year, so I found the online shopping platform Wish. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever ordered anything on it, but it's kind of like an Amazon. It's the third largest online shopping e-commerce platform in the world. And I thought it was based in China, but it's actually based in San Francisco. And so it was started by two guys over there about 10 and a half years ago, and it has taken off like wildfire, and you can see them on the stock exchange and everything else. But in the medical field, we could not find masks. We still have a hard time finding the correct masks, but I was desperate. I was desperate to find N95 masks, KN95 masks, any sort of respirator mask, because I was going to need them on the job. And I didn't know. I mean, the news media hyped up everything so bad. I thought if I went and checked my mailbox, I was going to catch COVID from checking my mail. So I looked and looked and looked. And in the process, I ended out buying, you name it, masks, shoes, jewelry, hats, exercise equipment. Well, my husband and I were both weightlifters, and our gym was not open. We went everywhere. We went between Seattle and Portland, Oregon, looking for dumbbells because nothing was to be found. And we kind of had to hit and miss finding dumbbells to work out with. We bought a weight bench online. I didn't want to order that from Wish, but so some of the equipment that we got, took about 3 months to get here. Just about the time when the gyms were just starting to open up with mask mandates. The thing with Wish is you don't know when you're ordering, because these products are coming from all over the world. And they sell through the platform of Wish, which is an online application. So they're not like Amazon. Like, they don't have a Wish warehouse down in San Francisco where they're holding all these products in boxes. It's actually coming straight from these manufacturers, whether it's in China, Hong Kong, Bangladesh, wherever. It's not just China, I found out, and maybe even some stuff made here in the US, though I doubt it. So the question is, what's counterfeit, what's not? And I am just beside myself laughing at some of the things that have happened. I will say this. Wish customer service, it's a little sketchy and weird because it's online. You don't really get to talk to somebody. Sometimes it takes a day or two for them to respond, but they do respond. And I'm happy about that. I also read online that because there was so much counterfeit merchandise coming from overseas, and everybody has seen them, the fake Bowflex weight equipment, the fake Nautilus, fake Nikes, fake everything. So they actually hired somebody that used to work for Facebook that heads a whole division where they check for counterfeit merchandise. And they don't want to carry counterfeit merchandise on their app. But I'm going to tell you, stuff slips through. I know because I've ordered it, and I'm going to share some of that with you. But talking about the quality, the things you buy on Wish look like they took them right out of a magazine, in which they did. They took name brand stuff out of a magazine, and they use that to advertise their goods. And when you get them, they look nothing like what you ordered. For instance, This is a resistance band that my husband and I were using to do all kinds of stuff. Well, as you see, this one was ordered through, Amazon, and it is a thick rubber material. It came in different sizes. It came with, good size handles. It came with metal pieces that don't look like cheap aluminum. And it held up to being stuck in between a doorway to do exercising. And it didn't come flipping out at me. Except my husband, everybody that knows him, he's over 300 pounds. He's a big behemoth. And I would have to hold the door shut, even though the door was shut, because he'd be pulling on all these at the same time. And this thing would shoot and hit him in the head. So instead, I was the one, wearing the goggles and everything. So if it shot, it would shoot me and not him. But anyways, I was holding the door for him. So this is what a normal resistance band, like what you would order and expect from Sports Authority or any of those stores. But I think we got this off of Amazon. And it might have ran, $45 to $60. Okay, well, usually if something is too good of a deal, you get what you pay for. So, that resistance band set came in this nice big bag. Let me show you the little bag that the one from Wish. It came from China. That took 3 months that we waited for. It has a handle. It has thin little metal clips that look like they're made out of aluminum. And if you pull too hard, it might break. The size of the bands, not only are they shorter in length, I don't know if you can tell, they really are a lot thinner. So let me compare it. This is the one from Wish. This is the one that you would buy at an athletic store. This is a much thicker rubber. So, you get what you pay for. I think I ended up paying $24 for these, whereas this was 2 to 3 times as much. But anyway, so I wouldn't say it's a knockoff, the Wish one, but you definitely got lesser quality for sure. Okay. Next thing, I ordered some shoes, and everyone that knows me knows I like my glasses. I like crazy shoes. Well, I saw these shoes on Wish, and they were really, really cheap. I want to say they were $26. They were advertised as 100% genuine leather. I get it, and I go, smells like PVC, Naugahyde, vinyl to me. I know the difference between leather and vinyl. I'm looking at the seams. I'm looking at them. Cute shoes, but these are totally vinyl. So I went back and forth with Wish saying, hey, this is one of your knockoffs. I know that because I own a pair of the leather model of these that I bought off of Amazon. So I want to say I think they got away with saying that these were leather because this is like a thin piece of leather, like some leftover cheap piece of leather, but it looks kind of cool, and there's some embroidery on that. You can see that. But this, it's all plastic. It's like PVC. And you know what? Because I complained, I took pictures, I said it's definitely vinyl. They ended out after going back and forth for about a week, but I was kind of like a pit bull. I wasn't going to let go. They issued me a refund. So yay, Wish customer service and their department that's trying to go after counterfeit or fake, advertise things that are kind of bait and switch. You're not really getting, okay, what you want. But sure enough, when I went on Wish to look, they're still selling these and they still are saying they're genuine leather. So whatever. They need to specify it's genuine leather on the heel and everything else is Naugahyde. All right, next. These shoes. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to say to die for, but I saw these shoes on Wish. Now, I want you to know, a couple years back, pre-pandemic, maybe 3 years ago, I bought the black version. I got these off of Amazon. They're 100% leather with this beautiful embroidery, and I paid around 75 bucks for them. It was well worth it. Um, I found them on Wish because I knew these were made in China. Guess what? They were advertised as 100% leather. They are 100% leather, and they're totally cute. Guess what? Those that cost me, 75 bucks or whatever, as opposed to about 35. So these were half. They said it would take a month to get here because they come on container ships. They have to wait till they have a massive shipment before they go to California and they go through immigration and all that stuff. And you know what? These came in like 2 weeks. So this was a win-win-win. All right. I'm getting to the masks. I couldn't pass up a deal because I collect gemstones. I collect all kinds of gorgeous jewelry. But I also have my fair share of the fakos, okay? I have cubic zirconia. I have lab-grown gemstones, and I mix it with my diamonds and my real gemstones. Well, I took a chance, and I saw these rings advertised. Well, you don't want that finger. Sorry, folks. They were advertised as 925 sterling silver with white sapphire. Well, I will tell you what. They are stamped 925 on the inside, which, as far as I know, you can't really fake that. I mean, I guess you could, but it feels like silver. I own a lot of silver. It doesn't look like mystery metal. And sapphire, clear sapphire, is actually pretty cheap to come by. It's like using white zircon. And I don't mean cubic zirconia. I mean the real mineral stone called zircon. But anyway, so the clear, these rings, it came with the band. I'm not kidding you. These two rings plus the cute little band with the tiny little sapphires. I mean, the whole shebang cost me about $6. I know, it's hard to believe. I got it on Wish. It's cool. They're great. If you want little finger rings like I do, sometimes I wear little rings all over. It's actually a good deal. And I haven't tested to see if it's sapphire, but it feels and looks like sapphire. And I know what CZ feels like because I got CZ. I mean, I think there's CZ in my glasses. So anyways, goodbye. I thought it was too good to be true, but guess what? It worked out great. So now for the thing I started off with talking about, N95, KN95, and respirator masks. Now, I know there's a whole plethora of misinformation on the news every day and coming from different, healthcare authorities. But I'm going to tell you, regular masks from the get-go, and this is coming from me working in the field right now. I'm frontline, I'm in people's mouths, I'm in blood, I'm in plaque all day long. Okay? Masks for the general public, regular cloth masks or even regular surgical masks, were never meant to prevent the coronavirus or any virus. What it does is slow the spread. Because if you wear a mask and you go outside on a cool day and you blow through your mask or breathe, and if you see steam coming out anywhere, guess what? That is, like aerosolized heat and moisture coming from your mouth. Hence, bacteria, viruses, whatever can get in and out, okay? So, number one, masks for the general public were never made to keep coronavirus from infecting you. It was to slow the spread because it keeps saliva mostly to yourself. Those stuff escapes. It's not 100%. I mean, and a cloth mask made from fabric, stuff just goes in and out of it. That's a fact. So, and I'm not being political. I'm just saying that's a fact. But anyways, so for the medical field, we, gave up all of our PPE to the hospitals, which I know they needed it. I mean, people were getting infected and going in and being put on ventilators. But guess what? In the dental field, we were left to kind of fend for ourselves to find stuff. So me being the proactive kind of dental hygienist that I am, went to Wish because Amazon didn't have any, eBay didn't have any, Home Depot didn't have any N95 masks, and I just refused to wear one of those big pappers that some of the nurses wear. And I know a few hygienists and dentists that are wearing them. I just didn't want to wear like the hazmat suit. I think, I look scary enough as it is. So what I did was I ordered a bunch of KN95 masks from Wish. Now, from what I understand, if something is a legit mask, on the outside of the mask, if it's a respirator, and everyone knows because these are all over the place now. Now you can buy them more readily online and you can get NIOSH certified respirator masks. But during 3/4 of a year, we couldn't find legit ones. So I'm going to tell you the main difference. Now, I don't think all the fake counterfeits, which these that I got from Wish, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm 99% sure these are not legit, okay? They weren't made in this country. They're made in China. They may come with an import little thing in there saying they were checked and all that. They don't have the stringent rules like we have and the things that we put through masks to make sure. That's why there is a NIOSH number and certification. You can go online at the CDC and you can look up to see if your mask is one of the ones that's legit. But I knew when I bought these that they weren't going to be probably the real deal. But I will tell you what, if I put water in this, it holds the water. It does not soak through. If I put this tight on my face and I blow on a cool day, steam doesn't come out because I have a larger Amerasian face. I'm not one of those tiny, cute little pixie Asians. This fits pretty tightly on my face. So all I'm saying is, for the general public, this is probably great. You'll probably get more protection from this than wearing a cloth mask or even a surgical mask. But is this the one that you want to protect yourself if you're in blood and saliva all day long, like I am at the dental office? Probably not. But if you're cutting hair at the salon and this is better than wearing a cloth mask, or if you know you're going to be in a crowded store, or if you're going to hang out in church and there's a bunch of people in church, this is going to do better than a cloth mask. But I'm going to tell you, it may say KN95, KN95. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. It's right there. And it may look legit because they're great at copycatting this stuff. It's not legit because there's not a serial number with the manufacturer on here that you can look up, because the legit stuff does have that. So I'm not saying these aren't good. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that they're necessarily counterfeit, but just because it's stamped KN95 doesn't mean it's medical grade. And that's probably why on a lot of them, they say non-medical on here. So just so you know, BYD, they're an electric car company. They made legitimate masks for the medical community to help in the shortage. I mean, I don't understand why 3M made deals and was shipping out all these masks overseas when we couldn't even get them. But anyways, that's for another story, another day. But I'm going to show you what a legit KN95 looks like. If you look up front here, it says KN95. It has the lot number. It has a manufacturer number on here. And you can take this and look it up and see if this is on the list. And it is. And you're good to go. And this is medical grade. You can wear this in the hospital, in nursing homes, doing dental work. Or if you just want, you're uber paranoid, maybe you're not vaccinated or you are vaccinated and you're immunocompromised, this might be a good option for you. But BYD is a good brand. I don't get, cuts for advertising for them. And I'm sure eventually they're going to stop making masks and just focus on their electric cars. Look out electric car world, right? BYD's a big deal in Asia right now. So anyways, I hope you found this a little amusing, a little informative. I like to think of myself as kind of the Amerasian geek. And I hope to see you again on my YouTube channel when I cover some other goodies. Have a great day, people.